Okay, so, talking about the work environment and how to have your voice working in a large organization, facility, etc. I this here is I'm still learning, and I learn and I share as I learn. And this here one I want to talk about in a way where one may think to have their voice, they have to point their finger at whether it's the person they're talking to, or get really angry and go, rah, 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 this is not working the way it should work. But having a voice can be many ways to have a voice. And so in this instance I'm talking about is having and developing your voice and knowing when to, in the sense of when you take up for yourself and possibly take up for others as you continue to learn for yourself. What do I mean? So let's start with just now. I said I want to get outside and make the video. I'll go to the park and I'm sitting in my car, and the person on drugs is just eyeing me. He's looking and looking and getting closer and closer to my car. And I was getting ready to get out. I was like, no, it doesn't feel safe. Always know how you feel. Your gut feeling will tell you when something is not right. And then they would look up. You watch the eyes. It goes acting like they're looking at something else, looking on the ground, but then they kind of look back up at you, right? So, okay, that with radical acceptance is that we cannot change people. What am I supposed to go out there and say, get away from my car, or don't you follow me, or say something stupid? Like, no. Start your car up, which he jumped when I started my car up, so I knew he had a plan. I felt as though he had a plan. And I drove off and suddenly just radically accept that's what's happening outside right now. And what are you going to do about it? You're going to find another location to make your video. So in the workplace, I was, maybe I give examples that people be like, oh, that's just me. So in the work environment, that is key. And I get not stuck on stupid per se when I have learned, and oh my goodness, it has helped me so much learning about the deep concept. I've mentioned it before. I learned from a clinical psychologist is don't defend, don't explain, don't engage, don't personalize. Man, that has given me so much power within myself, strength within myself, to make it to another day, to just feel so good dealing with difficult people, for real. And so what I'm trying to say here is that helps develop your voice in a way where, it's not tit for tat, like a rage for a rage, a yell for a yell, something like that, right? And so knowing when to speak up and have your voice. And when I say when, it's like once you've developed a certain rapport with people, they know not to play with you. They know when you say certain things, you have set your boundaries, like enough is enough, and they go away from you. It could have taken quite a while for them to get to know who you are and know not to push your buttons, but so far, because whether you've been through the mud with them, putting your feet down and just going through so many things with a difficult person where they know not to play with you. And so sometimes you'll feel within a large organization someone that is worthy of your time and your energy is getting mistreated. And so you speak up either on their behalf, or you speak up on issues that that person can see how to speak up and how that difficult individual acts, and they too begin to develop their voice. Something like that. I'm still learning. All right. Let me elaborate a little bit on that. Let me roll my windows up. Knowing your surrounding, knowing who your people are, knowing your difficult people and how difficult they are, knowing if they're going to turn into the Tasmanian devil while you're going for defense of yourself or defense of another. So knowing your surrounding, knowing your people, the when is when to speak up and when not to, right? Because it helps and bring power to your voice in a respectful manner with dignity, right? And so let me see, how else do I get clear on that? I'm not sure, but I have something here. Let me read it to you that I did a little bit of reading on it. I'll share with you. So I remember once somebody asked, I thought y'all didn't get along. And I'm like, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Don't be surprised that I'm still talking to difficult people cordially and can laugh with them with dignity and respect, because I have set my boundaries. They are respecting my boundaries at this moment. And why should I walk around hating someone and being nasty to someone because I can't change them and they can't change me? You know what I'm saying? So by recognizing the power of their voice, your voices is, and using it, in a judiciary manner. Individuals not only assert their own rights and dignity, but also uplift others and contribute to creating a more equitable and compassionate society. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Starting this has not been easy. It has not been an easy journey. It has been an ongoing healing process from my backstory, which is my past, and taking from my past what the good things that I want to keep into the future. So it's never easy, right? Okay, let me read this to you. A voice that becomes stronger by knowing when to speak up for oneself and for others is a powerful tool in personal growth. When to speak up for yourself and when to speak up for others. Drum roll, is a powerful tool in personal growth, social justice, and fostering positive relationships. So here are some examples that I read and I want to share to you. So let's say Sarah is a diligent employee, consistently finds herself overloaded with tasks because she struggles to say no. However, after realizing the importance of self-care and setting boundaries, she speaks up to her manager about the workload. By asserting herself, she not only relieves her stress, but also earns respect from her colleagues for valuing her well-being. People notice what you do, how you do, when they say lead by example, focus on yourself and not others. That's how you make an impact. That's how you make a difference. That's how you develop your own voice in a large organization. The next one here is an example of social advocacy. So say John witnesses discriminatory behavior towards a coworker based on their gender identity. Despite feeling uncomfortable, John speaks up in support of his coworker and confronts the discriminatory remarks. His advocacy not only protects his coworker, but also fosters a more inclusive and respectful workplace culture. Now, something I have done in the past and I've continue to do, and this is just my personality, it depends on who I'm dealing with. I might just go deep, don't defend, don't engage, don't explain, turn my head, act like I don't see a thing, don't take it personal, comfort the other person to say it's not you. But what I will do when it's safe, when I feel it's okay, when I feel it's beneficial, I make jokes. Ain't nobody gonna take that mess from you. Or I'll make jokes. I'll put on a video on the computer. One time I did do this. And I put on DMX. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. So everybody gets a laugh off of that, and then you can talk about what is wrong to other people, how we are coming off wrong to other people. You know what I'm saying? Just joking about stuff like things like that. The next one is relationship dynamics. An example would be Maria notices her friend consistently being belittled by their romantic partner in social settings. Understanding the importance of standing up for others, Maria gently intervenes during a conversation, expressing concern for her friend's well-being and addressing the disrespectful behavior by speaking up. Maria empowers her friend and sends a clear message that such behavior is unacceptable. I have, once we learn and we practice it, if we feel this way, because some people say, mind your goddamn business and don't say nothing. But it all depends on how you feel in your soul, and you walk away and you go home without any stress on you. It depends on your personality, how you feel. It's not for everybody to speak up for other people. It's not for everybody to speak up for themselves. Yes, it's an individual choice. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's required. It's how you feel. What makes you feel good. The next one is community engagement. So this example of Alex, a member of their local community, witnesses an injustice where a marginalized group is being unfairly treated by authorities. Recognizing the need to advocate for those without a voice, Alex organizes a peaceful protest and speaks out against the injustice. Through their actions, Alex amplifies the voices of the marginalized and inspires others to join the cause for social change. This here makes me think about also, sometimes you may advocate for people and feel the need to speak up because the person that is attacking them, it don't feel good to you and you feel the need to speak up. then sometime we live and we learn. There's always a case-by-case basis. The person you could be defending could be, what do you call it? A difficult person as well, on another level. You know what I'm saying? And so they'll come to you for advice. They'll come to you and cry or bitch and moan. And sometimes you got to throttle back. Let it be until they get it on their own, because if it becomes draining to you, throttle back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're going to defend them, but you ain't no pussy. You ain't no wussy. You understand? So it's a case-by-case basis on how you feel. But it's all about developing your voice in a way where someone can misconstrue developing your voice, in this case in a workplace environment with coworkers and in a large organization that is structured to be the way it is. There is ways to navigate through that. So with each of these examples, the individuals demonstrate the strength of their voice by knowing when to speak up for themselves, when to speak up for others, whether it's setting personal boundaries, advocating for social justice, addressing unhealthy relationship dynamics, or engaging in community activism. The actions contribute to positive change and empowerment, which is not for everybody, but that is just something, if you want to take it, I'm just sharing as I learn. Thank you.